today.
Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started.
And off we go on EA Sports.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
In motion right is Pittman. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll look to throw.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Looking to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Back to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
You look at this Niner defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait until the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
Yeah. They're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
In motion right, Debo. He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
They got his man complete.
Down the left sideline. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with career touchdown number 162, tying him with LaDainian Tomlinson for third place all time. And the 49ers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. On the give, Algier headed left. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down.
So first down, and they'll stick with Algier. Taken down at the 47-yard line. You look at this Niner defense.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it, it's that sign that we saw in their football facility when we visited with them. The one that said no explosives, no big plays, no chunk plays. That's what they've got to take care of.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
2nd down and 8.
Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he lost the football. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Dumps this one off to Algier.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Trying the left side with Algier.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He'll drop to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not. Not an easy one to hold on to.
And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk
with career touchdown number 163. That moves him past LT and into 3rd place all time.
And the 49ers are able to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now a handoff to Algier. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
There's receiver Brandon Ayuk as San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Purdy now on second down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what?
Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 44-yard line.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they can just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses home. Out of bounds. The Cardinal
now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw again.
Goes right back to McBride. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw here.
Able to get this one to McBride.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. He'll look to throw. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Niners come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Moody good with the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race. Now, this is into the weekend in the NFC.
Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping... foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Nick Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
$63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
That play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And with that,
plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll work down inside the 45. This offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something, and that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe, but that's much easier said than done.
On 1st down, Purdy. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action. And a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Back to throw, Purdy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
A throw for Pittman is intercepted.
There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. This offense so far on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most. Is the loss.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. Still going inside the 20.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
McCaffrey running up the middle.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now 2nd and 9.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Purdy off the play fake. That is caught.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The tackle made there by Drew Sanders.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And Debo going to have a Niners 1st down as the tackle is made right at the 25-yard line. Purdy bootlegging it.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but The self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
2nd and 2. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll set up a throw.
They'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll look to throw here.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. That time, a 9-play drive. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in court.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.